I'm sending stream. Are you gonna start for me? YouTube, are you gonna start for me? YouTube starts for me. Alright. Alright. And, oh, I gotta go over here. Hello, YouTube! Welcome to the show. Where I get killed by a ghost dragon, apparently. Ah. So, oh my gosh. That's right. I forgot one other thing. Hold on. Yeah. Ah. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? There we go. Let's see now. Meow face. Chill to my camera. And I can see my face. Alright. Now it should have full control over my face. There we go. Forgot to do that. I'm just so excited to be playing a game during the day with you guys. Normally I play at night. And we're just gonna sit here and we're gonna let the ghost dragon cook. We are just gonna let the ghost dragon cook for a while. Kill him, my assassin. Yeah, we're just gonna watch. Because you know why? Because that thing's gonna come and kill us if we don't. Not the big dragon. Well, I mean, the big dragon is gonna do it too. But it's those little guys. They keep shooting me and shit. So, might as well just have them fight the dragon. We'll watch. We'll watch them! What fools! See? You get to see them fighting the big-ass dragon. We'll wait here like this and let the dragon take damage, and then we'll come in and slay it. Mainly because the guys attacked me. Like, what the hell is it doing attacking me? Like, there's literally a dragon sitting there and you're attacking me? Really? Bullshit. Look at getting hit by those arrows. Look how little that dragon's take. Hey, mate, how's it going, man? It's going pretty good. It's kind of relaxing, watching this dragon kill these guys because they attack me. How about yourself? How are you doing? Oh, those guys are dead. Uh-oh. There we go. I think they're damaged enough for me to take on. Oh. I didn't... You gotta be kidding me! What? Thank you for subscribing, person. I didn't get to see who that was. But thank you for the follow or whatever. Well, gee. Alright, fine. New strategy. We're just gonna go in and kill him. With the understanding that the dragon's trying to kill me, the guy's trying to kill me. Yeah. We technically don't need to. I mean, technically we don't need to go kill him. We can just run past him. No, we're gonna just do that. We're gonna run past him. This is where we care about anyways. We'll kill him after. We will kill them after. So. Oh, wow. We're on the other side. We can see, like, the pillar. The big pillar. Front entrance. That's never a good entrance to go through. But it looks like it might be the entrance we have to. I don't like the front entrance always. There's always some bullshit with the front entrance, but I guess we're gonna have to go through the front entrance, because there's no way around that way around. There's no holes in the ramparts. Let's see if there's any holes in the ramparts over here. Let's see. What? Oh no! I hate those things. Yeah, alright, we got a shadow rune. Oh, we got another one. Crap. Okay, front door? Front door sounds really nice right about now. We'll try the front door. Yeah. Yeah, front door. Front door sounds much more appealing. Actually, you know, that probably has special items. That probably has special items. We're gonna use the comet. Because I don't think... If the other one respawns, we won't worry about it. But if it doesn't respawn... It does respawn. So we're just not gonna worry about it. Yeah. We're not gonna worry about it. All right. And holy cow, that's a lot of damage. Alright, well now we're gonna loot. Oh, I managed to... I marked a okay. I marked inside a thing. So there's definitely more to this place than what first meets the eye. Okay. Got the flowers, we got other oh. Oh, I almost forgot one. Might as well check over here. It doesn't look like it, but let's roll. Okay. Yeah. So we're good. We're good. All right. Now it's time to go down below. Looks okay. It doesn't look like I'll die immediately. What does this one have to say? Behold, precious item. Try circling around. All right. I feel like I should be. Yep. There. Okay. There were definitely guys there. Hi. Okay. Time for a group. Ain't that the truth? Sunsmithing stone. All right. Then we'll go up. Ah. What? I feel like I'm gonna get backstabbed. Just always have that feeling. This game's taught me to be. Oh, Fire Drake. Very nice. This game's taught me to be paranoid. I've been playing it for like 2 months now. Three months, maybe. Alright. So, we did that. But we already know just at random that this thing is a thing. Oh boy! All right. Be wary of the left. That was helpful. That was very helpful. America's Rune? Wait, America died here? What? Erica? I don't understand. Why is America's Ruin here? This is confusing to me. Why is America's Ruin here? It doesn't look like there's any enemies. We will select the glint stones. First off, left. Invisible wall? No. No illusionary walls here. Then we go right. It died! I think there was something too in there. Alright, we'll switch to a comet next time. There's a whole lot more damage. I got him half health, so it's probably take him out. Ah, come on, come on, come on. Jump. Turn. White. Blue. If you guys remembered Seventh Cross, that's what I was singing. Oh. So why am I throwing these ones at these guys? Because they dodge. And the Night Comet, you can't dodge. Because you can't see it. So they don't know that I shot something at them. Comet. You know, we'll probably drink our little power-up module thing. Too. Oh. I gotta hook up my battery. There we go. No, not. I don't know why it does that. There we go. There we go. Gotta have my microphone positioned right. And my cameras and stuff. What the heck? Okay. Maybe I'll just use the Azure? Let's blast him? Maybe that's the answer? Blast him? You. I'll try that one next. And if that doesn't work, I'll use the big sword. Because that... Yes! Die. Alright. I'm getting worse! I'm getting worse! Is this chunky roll? I can't even dodge anything. Maybe not having such heavy armor might not be a good idea. Maybe I don't need this anymore. Maybe. Alright. And I think I should be light now, right? Status medium load. Ooh. Oh, but I think I'm invisible. We'll see. So I'm not invisible. Maybe this? You know, I'm not feeling confident with that. I'm gonna just run at him. Alright, so the strat is use the sword, definitely. But I need to figure out a way to get stamina back up, because my stamina does not last that long. Yeah. My stamina is not lasting that long. But that is the strat. Alright. Let's see. Slowly restores FP. All right. There we go. This is actually pretty cool. Now that I have silent footsteps, I can just sneak around people. It's great. Maybe I can move that into my build. Yay, we got him. Oh man, I wish I used, like, I had some faith. But I have no faith. No faith at all. Nothing? Nothing? Impossible. Ah. You know what? Just in case this place ends up being like 2 bosses, not 1, I'll take 1. A Battlefield Crease cookbook? Alright. Hey! What is that? Hey! What is that over there? Wait. There's more? I only discovered half of this. Is that over there means there's more. Huh. Interesting. Well, we'll find out what more is. Oh yes, there is. There is a whole... That's kind of creepy. You weak thing. Well, look at that. There is another grate. Which means this place is much larger than I originally thought. Here I thought it was all over. What? Bless Bone Shot. Alright, cool. So we definitely made it to the other side. Time to look carefully. I suppose I should probably pick up a little bit. Ooh, he dropped something. 4 blessed bone shard. I don't even know what those are for. Broken rune. Right. The hell is that? I feel like I've been here before. I have. So maybe it isn't as big as I thought it was. And I just wasn't observant when I first looked around here. Maybe? Yeah, but then what's... How do I get up there? How do I get up there? Wait, no. This is definitely different. This can't be the same. Because I went... Right? Yeah, because... Wait. What? No, this is different. This has to be different. Because... Wait, what? I wasn't up here when I... What? Oh! Oh, okay. So I thought this was the same... Okay. So this was a different entrance. Interesting. Okay, that explains things. All right, so now I know how to get over to the other place. It's up here, and then I jump down. Wait, what? What is that? Wait, why are grace flames tipping out here? Huh? All right, so we know that all right, we'll use these walls to look. All right, we know we got all that over here, right? We got all that over there. Over there, we have not got. Now, okay, so there's another grace here. Look at that. I love having these silent footsteps. I hate hearing footsteps. I find it one of the most annoying things in games, like the footsteps thing. Having silent footsteps, oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, well, smithing stone. What's this? That looks like it would be some. I don't know. Well, you know what? I bet you this place is like the alternate entrance. Yeah? And I bet you what it was is I had to fight past these things. I found a different way over. I bet you I found a different way over here that I'm not supposed to do. America's blessing? Freeze lurk. Okay. No horse ahead. Alright. So we did this area. I do believe that's what we have to do for here. Alright. So now I have to complete the ruined forged that's to the southwestern highway. Of which I'm assuming we can just ride right through there. We did it! Hey, Bozy, how's it going? We are on a little bit longer today. I'm not playing obviously until like 9 o'clock and continuing on my normal stream. But what am I getting hit by? What the heck hit me? Oh God. Buy yourself a snake. It's like, seriously, you can get them on eBay. They'll deliver it to your house like ASAP. Or go out to a place and buy a snake. Those things are not that expensive. They're not even 500 bucks. You can get like an electric snake for like 50 bucks. And it has cameras too. Yeah. I mean, that is not, no. There's no way I would pay a plumber 500 bucks to snake a toilet. What type of economy is this? Holy crap, that's crazy. That's nuts, man. I swear, people are getting like so stupid that they don't know how to do things. They're like, literally, they are robbing people. Like, granted, yes, you need a toilet, you know? You know, I'm just gonna experience what I was experiencing last game. Yep, I knew it. The enemy attacked me. Instead of attacking the huge dragon, they just attacked me. Okay, whatever. Yeah, for 100, sure. Because you'd have to wait for it, but like for freaking that much? Nah. I wouldn't be like 500 bucks. What the? Like, how much is he making an hour? Like, at that point, it's like 250 bucks an hour? He's saying those are 2010 prices? Nah. Saying that, you know, yeah, right. I'm sorry, but inflation's not that high. I mean, yeah, we have bad inflation, but come on. Like, even 200 bucks is like pushing it. Right, but you gotta take into consideration the time it takes to drive out to your place. And the time to get the equipment prepared and stuff like that. Hey, Lucia! Alright, cool. I'll do that sometime. Hmm. I don't want that thing to notice me. Can I walk past him? I actually might be able to. I got this new armor that makes it like, yeah, I know, proceed with caution, of course. Trust me, I know the business well. Oh. To replace it? It must have been less than to snake it. Wait, did I already... This feels like the exact same place I was before. Yeah, because it is the exact place. I meant to go here. Whoops. What? Dude, a toilet costs like maybe 300 bucks, maybe 500. You know, if you get a really nice one. Maybe you have to pay like 50 bucks for the seal for it. Maybe another 25 for the paste. Yeah, yeah. That's nuts, man. That's nuts. Like, I can't imagine paying that much. That's nuts. That's completely crazy. Like Maine, you can, like, I know the average price of things because Maine's literally the average. Like, everything is the average price. Because we're 25th in the union for prices, so like we're literally the middle. That's crazy. Ah! Where the heck did you come from? Yeah, right? Ain't that the truth? There are quite a few houses for sale down here. I mean, yeah, that's normally the experience that I hear people have with living in a city. Is they want to get out. You know, anyone with any type of sense at least. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother with that. That's too many of them. Hmm. Okay. Oh, crap. Well, the deal with running my stream early today was because Labor Day. There's no one around to do any work, so I figured, hey, I might as well just stream for part of the day. I mean, there's nothing better to do, really. I'm doing two. Yeah, I'm doing a stream. Right now I'm streaming up until like, I don't know, maybe 5 o'clock maybe. And then I'm going to take a break. And then at 9 o'clock, I'm going to come back. Oh, no, 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 no. I need to get out. No! I went pretty good. Pretty good. I had a good day. Yeah. But let's get out of here. Normally my Sundays go pretty easy anyways. I just noticed something. This guy went through. Makes me think. Be something more over here. Oh. Oh, there we go. Ah, cool. There we go. That's the end. All right. Actually, their day of rest is Saturday. A lot of people have confused that, but like the actual Sabbath day, because Sabbath is, yeah, Saturday. Sunday is the reason why we celebrate Sunday is because that's the day that Christ rose from the dead. That's why we worship on Sunday. Yep, it is. A matter of fact, most pastors will tell you that Sabbath day is Sunday. And it's like, no. They didn't change until Constantine took over. But unfortunately, the weird people took that over, and they're like Seventh-day Adventists, and they're kind of strange with their beliefs. All right. Visit the whipping hut. I do believe the whipping hut is right over here. So, the next part is visit the whipping hut. Wait. Cross the bridge of the eastern Skadu. Take note that you will receive a loud noise. You may have received this notification earlier. You travel close to the cape. It is the NPCs. Important you speak to them before you formally enter the Shadow Keep to progress their individual quest lines. Right. Whipping Hut and Rabbath Rise. I'm assuming that's the rise, so Whipping Hut. Yeah, I did. Well, listen, I have no footsteps. This is silent. So I can sneak up on people now. Alright, now we're at the Whipping Hut. There's a lot of nuances to Christianity, too. Like, most people think that Christianity is, like, one style of faith. But there's a lot of, outside opinion that got, it corrupted the original faith that Jesus set out to create. Unfortunately. Yes, there is. There is. And it's mostly based on people's opinions. And it's like, don't do that. You're not supposed to add anything to the stuff. You know, you're just supposed to follow what it says. Like, people make rules about things that, like, really, it shouldn't be done. You know? Hi, geesh, that's a freaky sounding bird. Oh, hello. I'm not fighting you. Please don't burn me alive. That's right. That's right. Is this thing chasing me? No, okay. That's right. I don't think I need the extra stamina. So hold on. That one I do need. Let's do the constantly raising FP. If it turns out to be useless, okay. I'll change to something else after. So I'm assuming this is where we go. To find Rabith's Rise. I could be completely wrong. Oh, this looks like a cathedral. Not a rise. Oh, yep. It is a cathedral. Well, that's the thing. You have to really read scripture, and like, it's unfortunate, but most of the modern, like, for instance, the NIV Bible, their stated goal is to remove spirituality from the Bible. Like, people don't even understand how we got here now. It's unfortunate, but the scriptures have been tampered with. So, you have to go back to the originals, you know? And unfortunately, if you don't know Greek or Hebrew, you're gonna have a hard time. But even if you know Hebrew, right? So here's like the really messed up part. So there's something called the Masoretic texts, right? And it's from the Masoretes. Well, the Masoretes texts, their stated goal was to remove Jesus or the Messiah from the Old Testament. So all the times that you have a pre-incarnate Christ showing up in the Old Testament, they tried to remove that. One of the most famous examples is the judgment of Sodom and Gomorrah. You will see that it states that Yahweh, by the power of Yahweh, which is, it's weird because in grammar you wouldn't say, you know, I by my own power did something. But it mentions that he calls down fire from heaven onto Sodom and Gomorrah. And most people think nowadays they changed it so that it's the angels doing the Sodom and Gomorrah destruction. The two angels that came, it wasn't. It was a pre-incarnate Christ doing that. The same thing with the Hebrews when they were getting moved out of Egypt, and the angel of death. Well, it wasn't the angel of death. It's the angel of the Lord, which is once again a pre-incarnate Christ. But you look at these texts and you can read them, and you get confused, right? The same thing with you can look at some of the Psalms. They have one psalm where God's directly addressing the other powers that he set to control everything. And he says, why are you favoring, you know, the rich and the wealthy, and not even the rich and the wealthy, I won't say that. It's like the wicked, basically, he's saying. And the Jews turned that around when, well, the Masoretes did, and they turned that around to being them. Like God was addressing them, the Jewish people, and it's like, that's not right. So you have to go back to the Septuagint scriptures, which are Septuagint is from the it means 70. So right, and it gets corrupted over the years, and so a lot of people think that the King James is like the end-all be-all English translation, but those were translated off the Masoretic texts. And so, unfortunately, you have good-meaning people, and I don't believe the Masoretes were, like, evil, necessarily. I think that they're just trying to extend their religion. You know what I mean? They were trying to protect their religion. Because the Jews don't believe that Jesus was the Messiah. And so, naturally... Am I on fire? Sheesh. The Jews don't believe that Jesus was the savior. Right, exactly. They're trying to control their narrative. And so you have these bad translations, and it's not so much like people intentionally made bad translations. It's just these changes were made to the books, and they translated off of things that weren't necessarily in favor of Christ. Because you gotta remember, it's historical documents, you're looking at. And so it has interpretation to it. So, you can look at, like, the Romans and stuff like that. Obviously the Romans were not in favor of Christ, right? And they would stamp out anything to do with Christ. But you can actually look at their documents, and they do talk about a guy named Yeshua of Nazareth. And it's clearly Jesus of Nazareth they're talking about, because Yeshua means Joshua. But the early translators of the Bible didn't want to confuse people, because there's already a book of Joshua. But that was the name of Christ. It was Yeshua. So, like, all these people are looking for the name Jesus, which means son of Zeus. But once again, that's the bad translation thing that happens. Of course, people are going to look for a translation. Well, the prime god was Zeus at the time. And so, because they spoke Greek. And so, the son of God would translate to the son of Zeus. And so, Jesus. Jesus. But yeah, it's just mistranslations and unfortunate. But really, if you translate out the books that Jesus actually taught from, because he had they had their own scriptures, in which that was the Septuagint version. I guess this is the tangent I was getting on, but I got sidetracked. So the Septuagint version is the Greek version of the original texts. All the Hebrew versions that you see now, because they was originally taught through oral tradition. Most of the modern Hebrew stuff that you see, or the stuff written in modern Hebrew, are not the actual text. Now, the text that Jesus taught from is the Septuagint text, because the Greeks wanted to make it easier for all the people to be able to read it. And most people didn't know Hebrew at the time, so they taught the people Greek. And so the Greek texts are actually the better one. However, a lot of those were lost for a long time. So a lot of the Old Testament had to be translated off the Masoret texts. And people thought that was a good translation. Well, it turns out the Septuagint text turned out to be better. And since those are the texts that Jesus actually taught from, I'm going to say, yeah, okay, if the guy's teaching from these texts, I'm going to believe those over the other ones. Now, where is this rise that we're looking for? That might be it. That might be it. Maybe. I mean, it's... I'm not really a scholar. I tried to look up things because, like, I come from a, I don't come from a Christian, well, I take that back. I come from a Christian background, but, I didn't myself believe in Christianity as I believe in, even that's not really true. So, I have a very complicated past with Christianity. And I think I was skeptical enough of Christianity that I was led in a direction that allowed me to find out things for myself, basically. Because I've always been like one to think for yourself. And there was all the time people that contradicted the Bible even though they were teaching these things. Like the majority of pastors, when they actually preach and stuff, a lot of their stuff that they preach is contradictory to the Bible. And so I went on different paths looking for faith in other places. And so I studied quite a bit. Because I don't want to be like some idiot that is fooled their entire life, right? I think that's natural. Contraption does not move. So is the trick of this one getting up to the top without being on the bottom? All right. But I was able to study other scriptures and other things, and through that, I discovered that, hey, Christianity actually is an answer, and a lot of the stuff makes sense. And then as I studied it more and realized, oh, the translations are weird, because here's these texts saying contrary things. So I was like, all right, well, let's check out some of these other texts and see what is right and wrong in the text. And I came to realize a lot of what Christianity teaches, or what modern Christians teach. It's not so much old teachers, like old stuff, but it's the modern texts and the modern ideas of Christianity. I'd call them I can't jump through there? That's a jump thing. Oh, wait. I see, there's a rock. Behold, dog. Okay. But anyways, if you study the text enough and you find out what is mistranslated and translated wrong and stuff like that, it starts to make more sense. I'm not killing turtles because I hate turtles, by the way. I'm doing very good, Hollowness. How about yourself? Okay, so let's... What does it say? Didn't expect the tower. I wonder if it has to do with, like, killing all these turtles. Normally they give you a hint, you know? Yeah, how are you today, Hollowness? Try south, then seek tower. Seek up. Cool, cool. Oh. I see. I think I know. This is east. This is south. There's a lot to it. I mean, even I'm still discovering new things too, all the time. But it's very interesting. Okay, so basically, Christ, he was talking to us, and he came down in a form that we could understand, right? Because he came as a human. And, okay, so, nutshell gospel. This is going to be really preachy and whatever. Christ basically said to us that because of our sin, and it's not our sin, like, as in, like, because we sin, the sins that we do are symptoms of a much bigger problem. Alright, so I'm laying it on you. There are, I'm hoping this is right. Nope, I was wrong. Anyways. So, sin in itself is a symptom of a problem. It's not like that we commit these sins that is the actual issue. It's an issue with us spirituality, our inner self, our hearts. We're drawn towards sin because we have, we're essentially fallen. You know, when the Garden of Eden happened and we ate the fruit, whatever the fruit was, because I'm not even convinced that the fruit was fruit. But, whatever happened to us, we changed fundamentally, right? Exactly. It's just a byproduct of sin. So sin itself is something else, and yet all these different things that we do that are sin is a byproduct of a much bigger issue. So in order for us to become saved, Christ had to die for us. Basically, he paid our ransom because God demands a ransom, because he's righteous and just. And because Jesus did that, he is now the head, the founder, basically, of the perfecter of faith. And really what faith in God and Jesus is, it's literally saying that I'm going to choose God over the fact that I have this corruption. And because of that, God respects that. But because we have free will, we can also choose not to have God. And so if we choose not to have God, he has to put us in a place when we die and pass away that respects our choice. And that's hell, essentially. Now, I don't believe that anyone's in hell yet, because it's not in the scriptures that anyone is suffering in hell. At this time. Other people will disagree with that. They say, oh, hell is eternal suffering. But, I believe hell is the separation from God, basically. Yeah. So, in order to respect our free will, he had to create a place that he's going to end up putting everything. Dante's Inferno is a work of fiction. Yeah. I can't figure out how to get up there. And the reason why I'm streaming Hollowness early is because maybe it's over here. No. Maybe it's not what I'm thinking. Maybe it's not. Hold on. Oh yeah, and the reason why I'm streaming earlier Hollowness is because I'm gonna be on twice today. And today, nobody was around. So, work is basically, it's not happening because it's Labor Day in America. And Labor Day is a day that everyone takes off. So, figured, hey, I might as well take it off too. Alright, let's see. How do we get up in here? Alright, apparently there's secret walls. Okay, fun. So, yeah. That's basically Christianity. That's right, twice in one day. Okay, so Secret walls. But I might be streaming at this time every now and then, you know? Like right here. Look at that. Aha. Okay, so you'd be surprised actually. So I too, I agree with you. There are certain places in the text that science and physics and math seem to disagree with. However, the problem I have with that is, well, hold on. Okay, there we go. There we go. I don't think I was supposed to land here. The model of resurrection? Okay. I do like physics. And I do like math, sometimes. Actually, math, not so much. Physics, yes. Dang it. Yeah, I do like physics. So, come on, come on. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Oh, God. All right. Hooray. We got to work. So, okay. I'm trying to think of an easy way to explain it. All right. So, your soul, or at least what we think is our soul, would exist in a higher plane. Something that's, and when I talk about this stuff, it's gonna sound really weird. So, a 2D object is like, picture a 2D object, like 2D people living in a 2D world, right? So a 3-dimensional object entering into a 2D world would completely blow their mind, right? So if you understand physics, like it would be like if you poked your finger into a 2D world, it would be a circle growing and shrinking, right? That's all they would see. They wouldn't really realize it was a finger. It would just be a shadow of what could be, right? So you'd have a problem understanding what the thing is, and there's really no way for you to understand it. Now, it can draw a 2D picture of itself, and you might be able to get some understanding from a 2D picture. However, you can't really grasp what the thing is, because you can't even grasp, you know, like if we try to grasp a 4-dimensional world, we can't grasp that. Like, our minds just are not designed to handle that type of information. So, in order for it to happen, you have to make a really detailed diagram, and even then, you can't really grasp it. But at the same time, you might be able to have some inklings into it, right? So, if you are trying to grasp, for instance, creation itself, I believe, and I think Hollowness will agree with me, that there is much more going on as far as dimensionality goes than our 3 dimensions. There are dimensions that are much, much higher, right? And so, living in an existence with more than 3 dimensions, there is a lot we don't see. As a matter of fact, the color spectrum, we have a very, very limited idea of what colors are and such. because our color spectrum, our vision spectrum is set to a certain frequency, basically. We can only see a certain number of things. And thank God that it's set up to a certain frequency, because if our eyes were broader, let's say, you'd be able to see a lot more, and it would eventually screw up with our vision. For instance, radio waves. We'd be blinded by radio waves and such, because our light spectrum's only set to a certain amount. So there's many, 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 many things that we are not seeing that are all around us. Never met a guy like physics? Yeah, I do. I like physics. So okay, so I believe in a multiverse, sort of. I believe that there's multiple layers, kind of like an onion, right? I think that existence, if you're set to different frequencies, changes the radio station, right? Exactly. With wave spectrums, we definitely know that there are other things. Well, the water doesn't even make a noise? Wow, it's pretty fancy. Let's hold on. So there is very, very much that we can't understand, right? And in that little gap of understanding, I think there's a lot more to it than what we can okay, hold on. I gotta go to a thing. But in our little gap of understanding, there's a lot of stuff that we can't see. Now, I'm not saying like God of the Gaps type thing. Like, I'm not doing that. What I'm saying is, inside the gaps that we can't see, are a lot of the, for instance, angels, spirits, souls. There's been experiments done on dead people, like when people are passing away and they do lose a certain amount of weight. I forget what the weight is. And it's not the oxygen. It's too much to be oxygen, but they do lose a certain weight to them. And so a lot of people have said that's the spirit moving on. I have no clue. I don't know. Okay, hold on. Okay. But a lot of people do use that as proof, in which I wouldn't use that as proof, but it's something to think about. There are other things though. So let's go down to really the big thing is evolution. Is people have a problem believing and also believing in evolution. And fair point. You have all this evidence of evolution, and you have all these proofs of things, but a lot of people don't consider the proofs proving evolution to be impossible. And one of the problems is time. I think the dimensionality, the fourth dimension. So the fourth dimension, at least from my understanding, is time. So we're falling through time. So when you're going forward in time constantly, right? So in a way that's kind of like falling. You're falling at a constant rate. However, we know that time can be manipulated by going, for instance, in outer space, traveling away from the Earth, basically, into a low gravity situation. So gravity probably has something to do with time. You can set two astronauts that are, you can have twins, right? And one of them goes into space. He goes up for so long, traveling at a certain speed. And there are different ages when the other twin returns, basically. He's much younger than the other twin. I do not see any graves. I don't have a favorite, actually. I think that they're all wrong. I think every, like, little thing, about physics, or what we know about physics, is wrong. Alright, maybe I'm crazy? Okay, I am crazy. Maybe. I'm not sure about that one either. It's the theory of relativity, is basically what it is. Okay, there it is. There's the graveyard. You know, I have a friend named Brianna that really likes quantum physics. I like quantum physics myself. I think that it explains a lot, and I think we're getting closer to the understanding. But once again, I think that physics is a long way to go. The stuff that they're doing with the Hadron Collider, I think is interesting. How they're discovering states of matter that don't exist in our weird, like, quarks and stuff like that. I think that's really interesting. Yeah. But, basically what I'm trying to say is that there is a lot that we don't understand about stuff. Yes, it very well may. Especially with the understanding of things, because it can take a bunch of ideas and compile it into one. Okay. Alright, now I gotta enter... Okay. Now I enter the cathedral. Alright. Jeesh. And I meet two people there. Alright. We're inside the cathedral. And now we're opening... Okay. Oh crap, is there a fight? I don't even know if there's a fight. I didn't even check. No, okay, there's no fight. It is an evolving world. And our knowledge is evolving.
We don't often receive visitors. I am Emir. Welcome to Manus Meta. It is a pleasure to have you. In lands so forsaken as these, chance encounters are precious indeed. Seeing that we have convened here on this day, allow me to mark the occasion with a modest offering.
That's filthy. Look at this place.
The map I gave you charts the site of a hallowed ruin. It is said that after sounding the hanging bell there, one's fate will be guided by the stars. I only wish to be of service, to help those who fight for their purpose. I'm not mistaken, am I? I can see it in your eyes. You are a fighter, are you not? Is something the matter? I've given you a map to the hallowed ruin. Oh, I suppose you expect a lesson of me, do you? I know the feeling. Those with purpose are nothing if not ravenous. For power. For truth.
Oh, you can study. Hey, I already have all your spells.
I, too, am a glintstone sorcerer. We study the stars and examine the life therein. Are you familiar with our findings? Long ago, we began as stardust, born of a great rupture far across the skies. We, too, are children of the greater will. Is that not divine? Is that not sublime? And yet, none can fathom its implications. Its utter brilliance. Oh yes, do mind your feet around the church. You wouldn't want to hurt the little boy.
What little boy? What? All right, so believe it or not, that's actually one of the reasons why I don't believe in evolution, and it's the cell. So the cell, the reason, okay, so if you look at a cell, like just the simple cell, right? It has a ton of mechanisms that are crazy insane to make. It has motors, rotifers and stuff like that. The little squiggly tail things. On cells, it has like an advanced motor. Like if you look at a modern engine and you look at the cell's tail, you find it has like bearings and other such mechanisms inside of it. Brilliant stuff, brilliant stuff. But you can't, if you had something coming to exist in parts, it wouldn't happen. So like that's like one of my problems with evolution in general. These cells can replicate themselves through a code of DNA and RNA. Actually, it's RNA. And they combine to form DNA. And the very fact that that happens, like the entire process is a coded process. And it does, it recycles itself. You're absolutely right about that. Well, everything about the Earth, like our Earth, the way that it is, it's a sustained system that recycles itself. Like everything inside of it recycles. I don't know where the other dude is. Where's the other guy? Where's the guy? I guess the other guy's a kid? Wrath. Oh wait, is that? No. Right. Well, I would even like, so the amount of time that you'd need, see, here's the thing, dating things. Like, we like to use carbon dating to date things, but like in order to have a carbon date of something, the world has to reach something called equilibrium, right? And so everything would have to have you wouldn't be able to date something by the carbon, because it would be like having a burning candle and you walking into a room and you being able to tell how long that candle's been there. Like, you don't know how long that candle was. I mean, it could have been like some freakishly long candle. You know, you have an estimate, sure, but you really can't know how long the candle's been burning. And so we have estimates. That's why, like, when evolution first started, the billions of years thing was literally already dogma by the time people thought of evolution. Like, they didn't have carbon dating to date it at that time. Carbon dating was chosen later on as a form of method of dating things. I don't know, there's a lot of interesting issues that come up. Now, granted, I'm not saying believe Christianity hook, line, sinker, because, I mean, everyone has to decide what belief they're going to follow out of an authentic belief in it. Or at least they should. I don't know where that kid is. Oh, great. And ironically, I'm not actually a big fan of religion either, like, to be honest. Because religion tells people to act a certain way and to be a certain way, and it's like, you have to do these things in order to find, you know, favor in someone's eyes, and it's like, uh-huh. Well, no, you don't even have to. I mean, yes, you should keep the 10 Commandments. But the thing about God is he literally died for us when we were absolutely worthless. You know? Like, he values us as people. He doesn't value anything we've done or anything about us. Like, there's no noble thing about humans. I mean, humans are pretty depraved. Right, that was his choice. Exactly. Yep. And even seeing us in our flawed state, he still chose to love us enough. You know, and like, literally, like, the story of Christ, the idea, even, just of someone dying for their friends, it does resonate, you know? Yes, exactly. Well, what it was a ransom. So basically, Satan, you know, he uses our guilt against us. He says, you know, you owe so much, you know, blah, blah, blah. God won't love you, type of thing. And that's the exact opposite. God does love you and he does care about you. And to me, I think that's only natural for God to do, because, I mean, I would care about my own creations if I was able to create little things. Well, I mean, even like, you can look at children, for instance. Parents loving their children. Now, granted, not all parents love their children, but parents and their children are a good example of it, you know? There's nothing you wouldn't do, but imagine if you actually made your child. You made that child. Like, literally. Okay. Alright. We're on to the next part. We're on to the Ruha base. So we travel to... Okay, so we go to Morith Ruins. I'm literally raising my hands up just at random. What the heck? But yeah, basically what I think that God wants is he wants us to treat each other well, because if you think about it, if we're all his creations, God of course wants us to treat everyone well because everyone is his creation. And so he loves everyone. And so he wants everyone to treat each other well. And he wants us to care for each other like family, because we're all family. I'm assuming this is where I need to go. Okay, so there's a cave that we are looking for. Well, there's evidence that God exists. Even beyond storytelling. For instance, even if you believe in evolution, well, even if you believe in evolution, right? What started the Big Bang? You know? Like, let's just say you believe in the Big Bang Theory. What started it? And by the way, you won't offend me, by the way, with anything that you're going to say. I'm really open-minded. Especially when it comes to people that don't believe in God and stuff like that. Like, I'm totally open-minded. Well, if time... Okay. At the very beginning of things, I just wanted to make sure you know that. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh! You know, because I've met some people that are like really cool, and then all of a sudden they're like, no! It's like, dude, calm down, dude. Hey, look at that. We got a tree down here. If well, any way you start it, right? The start of things. There was nothing, and then there was something, and right there, that is an impossible hurdle for, and I think that for anyone to get through, is for nothing to be in existence and then something to be in existence, as opposed to having something that's omnipotent that began existence. And then I know the common trope is like, well, then what made God? Well, God didn't have a maker. It just always was. And so if that's being transferred to existence, I could buy that as a theory. But unfortunately, if that is the theory, then how did everything come to be? Like, how do we know carbon dating at that point? Because it wouldn't be a thing, you know? If things are thousands of years old or billions of years old, let's say, or trillions or quadrillions, because I mean, at that time, we wouldn't have a begin or an end to things. And the only problem we have is that we can see the universe had an origin point. Like, it had a single point it expanded from. I agree for the most part. Like, theoretically, yes, if left to our own devices. I believe that there will be a coming time when things will be made more clear. But, so evidence for God, alright? Now granted, you're gonna have to believe certain parts of the Bible, right? Because if that is the point of where God wanted the information or whatever to be, it would be the Bible. So, I'm not gonna use like things that are commonly heard of evidence for God, like, hey, you know, the Bible says so. No. So we have a document for a guy named his name's slipping my mind right now. Anyways, he freed the Jews, right? When they were in captivity. And there is a letter in the Bible, or at that time it was just scriptures, but there was a letter written to him. And the letter was written, and it was inside one of the prophecies. Yeah, it's fine, it's fine. But there is a letter written to this guy inside one of the prophecies, and oh, what is his name? I wish I could remember his name, because then I could have you look it up. But it was written, I think it was 200 years before he was born, and it gives him by name. Like, that's impossible for, like, things to fake. And really, where God shines is when he gives a prophecy, it doesn't really tend to not come true. And it's just assumed that a lot of his prophecies will come true if it hasn't come true yet. The Bible anticipates technology that didn't exist during the time. For instance, in Revelations, it talks about the two witnesses. Now, granted, I don't expect anyone to know the two witnesses. But the two witnesses are two people that are supposed to come to bring people to God, right? And they are killed, and they are laying in the street for, I forget how long, but they lay in the street, right? So, it mentions that everyone around the entire world will be sharing gifts, and they will, yeesh. They'll share gifts. I'm sorry, sometimes I get distracted on the games, on this game. Okay, cool. Anyways, they'll be sharing gifts with each other, right? And so the technology that it gives, it mentions that there will be, people will be watching them, right? and they'll be watching them for signs that if they come back and resurrect, basically. And everyone's celebrating, and they're dead, and it'll be seen all around the world. Well, the only problem is, how are you supposed to see from all around the world the Jewish street? Right? That's impossible. You can't see a Jewish street because it's in Jerusalem where these guys appear. And this is a prophecy that has not come true yet. It's in Revelation, which is the end times book, basically. But yeah. So how are they all seeing it? Well, they're seeing it on TV, CNN. You know, written years and years before. I mean, it's almost 2,000 something years before the television was made. This book was written. 190,000 years. I mean, not 190. Geez. 1,900 years before. Numbers screw me up. Now, granted, we could say, oh, well, that's conjecture, you know, by chance, but I would find that's really interesting. It mentions that in our time, or in the future, people will be able to travel to and fro places within a day. Well, we can do that now. It's because of flight, and it's around the world, it mentions. It mentions that people have all... Exactly, lucky guess. I mean, you can, like, really go with that. But then it mentions people will have access to all the information of the world. And it's like, well, the internet. And it's just, it has a lot of these coincidental talking, like, points. It mentions that they'll be using arrows of intelligence. And the intelligent arrows, meaning like the actual arrows they're using are intelligent. And they'll be able to find their targets. Like, that's really weird. And then it mentions a point in the Bible, the Magog and Gog War, which hasn't come to pass yet, but it mentions that they'll be putting tiny flags, and they'll have to let the dead rest for so long, for so many years. And it's like, oh, well, that's weird. Why would you put tiny flags by bodies? Well, unless you're talking about nuclear radiation. I mean, there are a lot of these coincidental things that, like, people would have no freaking clue. Like, why is the spoil oil? Oil was a commonly traded good. Like, it was so common that it was cheap. Why would oil be so important? I mean, the only thing you can do with oil at that time was burn it, you know? Like, cause fires and stuff like that. There's no need for oil. But yet, the spoils oil? Like, people are gonna go crazy and have this giant war over oil? Like, what? That doesn't make any sense. I mean, there's a lot of these coincidental things that are said, and it's like... Where the heck am I? Hi, big guy. But there's a lot of weird things like that in the Bible. And I mean, I agree. Some things would be coincidental, but that is very true. But I just think it's very strange that it mentions these things in particular ways of happening. Like, for instance, so now I'm not convinced that this version of Israel is the Israel to come. It might be, it might not be. I have a hard time believing it is, just because of how they are. They're not a good people, I guess. I'll put it that way. But and then again, it might go along with it, because supposedly the people of Israel are going to bring about the Antichrist. So, Who knows? Maybe it is. But hey, it's going pretty good. So a lot of the stuff that the Palestinian people say about the way that they're treated is true. And a lot of the stuff that the Israeli people say about the Palestinian people is true. It's both sides are both awful. You know, they both treat each other terribly. And there's what? My game is going good. I'm playing on PC. But no, I find both sides to be to each other, kind of meh. How about you, Brittany Gray? Oh. I gotta go back. I gotta go back. There. Like, our footing in the Middle East right now, the Middle East, the reason why it's so screwed up is because everyone wants to put their paws all over the Middle East. And just, it's horrible. I guess politically, if you wanted to, like, get into politics or the politics of things right now as it is, and see, I agree to a point. You're right. To a certain point, it does keep people in check. But we have so... We don't need to war over these things now. But the problem is we have people that are really greedy. And they want power. And unfortunately... Alright, hold on. We got the map. Alright. Find the spirit spring path to the nameless mausoleum. I tend to play retro games myself, but I'm playing this game right now. Elden Ring. Oh no! We gotta find one of those rock things. All right. All right. Well, see, I think Lucifer is probably one of the things that is responsible for the wars itself. I don't think God likes war. I don't think he likes war at all. And I'm not really saying that from a Christian perspective either. I just think logistically, God wouldn't like war. You know what? Probably. Oh, man. Probably Phantasy Star. It's my favorite, one of my favorite games at least. How about yourself? I'm a big Phantasy Star fan. Yeah. Actually, it's funny because I've been playing the Phantasy Star Online, like original. Oh, did I? Okay, that's where. Wait, no, I'm not. Crap. But yeah, I just think that God having less people worshiping him, I think God would be more happy with more people worshiping. It's kind of like but I also think there's much more to it than just Lucifer himself. A lot more to it than just Lucifer himself. Maybe. I think if we allow it to be that way, yes, we'll end up being that way. Wow. Yep, I am a variety streamer, Brittany. Oh, you plan to start your own art channel? That's really cool. Yeah, I love art. Hit me up sometime. I will definitely be sure to check it out. One of the best kept secrets on YouTube. Maybe. You can if it's your art. Just to let you know, I used to do artwork professionally. So I can tell if it's not your art. My Discord's in the description. No! So I have to kill those 2 golem warriors. That's why I'm doing that. But yeah, there's many. It is 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. This is gonna be the best way to do it. Maybe that's why I get a lot of people from over California. That's prime time right there. Right? Go! my gosh. How many hits to get this guy down? My gosh. It'll be much easier with the other one. But then you just have to run around and fight the attack. Man, that guy's... It's that slash. It's very wide and very much in range. I have to be in range in order... Am I heading? Nope, I'm not. This way. Did you just try adding me, Brittany? I don't recognize any of this. All right, man. It'll be nice seeing you. Actually, yeah, I'll be getting off soon myself. I just looked at the time. Cheers, my friend. All right. It's up here. Let's see. I'm gonna get these two golems. changing up my equipment. All right, so this thing's getting us a little bit of trouble. We got 10 more minutes. And then I'll be back at 9 o'clock. It is done. All right. We took out that one. About damn time. Holy crap. Now we're gonna take out this big boy. Done. Okay. So now that's done. The Talu Ruined Forge? Alright, so apparently apparently if you head over here, there's another thing I can grab real quick. We want to head over this way. Okay, we do. Yay, Revenant Ruin things. Grab that. Okay. Okay. So the two golems were not. Oh. Alright, we have this weird ruin spring. Stone. Alright. Turn around. We're looking for a ruin, one of those stones. It's over here somewhere. You know, I bet you it's up top there. I bet you it's up top there. It is. All right. The Spirit Spring is good. Nameless Mausoleum. Oh, wow. And there's a yellow door. Wow. So it literally opens up to a yellow door. Like, I don't even get... wow. Not even a stage to go through. Just a yellow door. Alright. Well, I'm gonna fight this once. If I die, I die. Wait. Okay. I died. So, I will be taking on, Red Bear. When I come back. Yeesh. Okay, so I'll be taking on Red Bear. When I come back. At 9 o'clock. So. Yeah, be ready for it. It was nice talking to you all. It was nice hanging out. Had a good time. All right. We'll catch you guys later.